my god, buddy. Oh, here we go. Click, click. Oh! Alright, run.
We've lost another one.
No!
I'm trying.
I got you. Oh my god, adventure's over. Adventure's over. Adventure's over.
Get your ass. Everyone sit the fuck down.
Come on. Mother. Four. Oh, hello. I haven't stuck my finger in this yet. Your choice. It's your choice. Oh, fuck me.
Help me! Grin and bear it! Shut up, Teddy!
You was called my big fat Ouija. It took you 3 years for 10%.
Ah! Oh my god! Oh, I'm way off center. Ah! Fix it. Fix it. Good enough. I didn't set up this camera properly. Oh well, too late. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Daring Player Squad. My name is James, and welcome to me catching up on stuff that I should have started maybe a few weeks ago, and I didn't because just things be like that. Yeah, this is way too close. I don't like this. Why are you so close? Oh my god, really? It's just that close. Gross. I don't like that. Anyways, let's get to the other screen. So you're busy with manager things. Busy with manager things. Busy with like money things. My stepdad's birthday is like next couple days. Actually, no, it's tomorrow. Oh my god, it's tomorrow. Trying to finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. There's lots of things, but in any case, this should be pretty. In theory, this should be a pretty fast project. Will I finish it tonight? Probably not. Could I get a good chunk of it done? Probably. So let's just get to it. So, the short version of where we are. As y'all know, as I brought it many times, I am a Star Wars with the local BC groups. I'm specifically with Saber Guild, which is the group that gets to hate each other. That's a very that's a drastic oversimplification. Ad libs are often the best lines anyways. I could see that being a thing. So this is the first summer that we have enough people for 2 shows. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a similar thing that we did last summer. It's gonna be at the Granville Island in Vancouver. We're gonna have a day of just like 3 shows where we can do we do the kids thing. So we come out, we talk to the kids, teach them about the Force, do some lightsaber demonstrations, fight a bad guy beats the hell out of us, the kids have to save us with their cool gaslight Force powers, and then after that we'll teach the kids how to do some lightsaber stuff. This year, this time coming in, we had prepared one show for last May, and that was going to be the other three people. So my boy Seb and the other 2, Gabby and Kim. Kim and Seb, of course, you saw in my other shows. Kim was Kieran, the Padawan, and Seb, of course, was the Sith. So we had set up a kids show for that thing we did last May for May the 4th, and when it was like, all right, time to do the kids show, where's all the kids? And there were absolutely no kids to do the lessons. So we're just like, well, we prepped for all this stuff, and I guess we don't need to do it right now. And that was a bit sad. So then after that we were talking about, okay, well, with the Granville Island show, what permutation of Jedi and Sith do we want to use to do our next show? And we were originally thinking of switching it up a little bit because Gabby has both a Jedi Master and a Sith. And then, of course, the boss, Neville, he mostly plays as a Sith, but he is getting a Jedi approved, so he could be a good guy for once. So we're playing around like, how could we mix this up? But then eventually what happened was in the mid-May, Gabby ate shit rolled their ankle and actually sprained their ankle, full on sprained their ankle, scraped up their knees. So they've been out of practice for a little while. So at which point Gabby just proposed, like, let's do that show because we've already figured it out. We have the script, we have the choreography figured out, and let's just do that. So we're like, okay, so that leaves me, Neville, and our newest member, Nick, to do the other show. Nick's a good man. He does not want to learn a lot of dialogue, but that should work out for us to a degree because I think we can work with that. So let's just get to the script scene. Boom. Yeah. So I'll think of much cooler things to title all of this later. But yeah, let's see. Can I? Okay. So this is actually all of this stuff is actually the other show that I was just talking about. Mostly, I copied and pasted so I can remember what's script format looks like. So now we will start. So the fun thing is with this particular show, it's gonna be mostly me running point as the Jedi teaching the lesson. So all I really need to do is just basically crib my previous script. Like I could probably do most of that like with my eyes closed and hands behind my back. That doesn't affect your talking. Doesn't matter. Whatever. So a lot of that, I can basically just reuse a lot of that because who's gonna know? The difference is gonna be the last time I did that, I had the Padawan Kieran assisting me with the lesson, either laying things out so that I can kind of modify what they were saying, or to call me out for things that I was doing oddly, and to generally just be upset with me being there because I'm not their master. This time we're gonna do it a little bit differently. Is that if I run on the sort of precedent of all of my shows the previous year involved a guy hunting me down and a guy shooting me out of the air, then we can play this up that, okay, well, now I'm still doing these lessons, but now I need someone to like watch my back. So that's why they're sending Nick in, and Nick is going to play like security detail. So he's gonna be kind of patrolling back and forth a little bit, standing around, just keeping an eye. Probably not gonna get too involved in the lesson right off the bat. And beyond that, I think we're gonna play it up that he's like super orthodox, just in like the like what's the letter of the law, what is the actual like word for word text gonna be. So I'll go off doing my BS stuff, and he can just keep interrupting and contradicting me. Just be like, that's not what that says. Like that's not how that works. And I think we can have some fun with that. So then eventually we can have a little bit of a duel between the two of us as a lightsaber demonstration. A friendly spar. He beats me, of course. That's just how these shows are going to be. As I'm always going to lose these fights. So after that, bad guy's going to show up. I guess we'll have some sort of discussion about, like, oh, he's here to steal the kids again. To steal the younglings. At which point, we will fight him. I think I've got some cool ideas on how to go about that, but essentially I'm going to get my ass kicked by him again. As always. And then Nick will come in, save me. The kids will do the force push and push back the bad guy. We surrender him, and then we go into the actual lightsaber lesson with the kids. So the format is like really straightforward. So all I have to do is just fill in the colors. So first off, what the hell is Nick's character's name again? So we got Deck Elegant, we had Darth Drakan, And we have... I do not remember. It's a friend of mine reacting to the Stanley Cup Finals tonight. I laugh. I'm just pulling up. I think I know his name. His name is Jing Yuan, which is of course hilarious because that's absolutely a Honkai Star Rail character name. But that's fine. Alright, how did... Okay, so... What am I doing? Okay, so... Let's get the intro scene going. So we have... Now the question I was thinking was, originally I figured the two of us would walk out together, and he kind of checks it out and he's like, alright, coast is clear. Other option I could do is he goes out first, and then he confirms that the stage is secure, and then I come in afterwards. But that might be overkill. I can always change it later. Alright, let's say we both come out at the same time. So let's say Jing Yuan, Jedi Knight. What did I say? Jedi Knights, Jing Yuan. I should double check on how he wants to pronounce that in particular. And Deck Elogun. Enter the stage. Jing is... So he's scanning the stage, the audience, and general premises intently. Okay. Jing is a very professional, very dedicated. What is this? What is this? That's funny. Very professional, very dedicated. Very professional and dedicated to his work, to his duty, and is scanning stage outs and general premises intently. Deck looks. Now, originally, I was thinking that we have him come out, like my character come out as kind of paranoid, which is why he's got someone to back him up. But I was thinking, what if instead I play it up as more of a he's kind of annoyed that we have to take these many precautions. So I think being more annoyed suits better. I don't want to be a paranoid boy. Although, I mean, the very first show we ever did, he was super paranoid because someone was like straight up stalking him, and he knew that someone was stalking him. We'll just say he's conflicted. He's annoyed. But Jing's presence or by the potential danger he is in. Okay, so let's say, let's go with Jing. He can start the dialogue. And he says, okay. Hold on. How do I do brackets? Italicized brackets is stage directions. And we go. He's gonna be. Is that how I do this? Just like, how do I script again? Yes, that's how we script. The premises appear secure. Oh, hey, stop being italicized. What's wrong with you? We're talking now. You should know. You are clear for action. Hey, you're clear. You're clear for action. And then we gotta center that, and we're gonna say deck, and deck says, I feel like you should tell me. Thank you. So this is to Jing. And then to audience. Do I need to capitalize audience? I don't think that's how that works. And then we're just gonna be like, hello, younglings, and welcome to today's lesson. Sup?
They have a dancing lion in Elden Ring DLC.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, see? And it's called Dancing Lion.
That's funny as fuck. So the new Elden Ring DLC, there's literally like a lion dance lion as a boss. That's so funny. I love it. And I'll leave a. Gee, I'll put a full on. Jing returns to scanning the crowd. So then we'll just be like, I am Jedi Knight Deck Elegant, and I will be your instructor today. With an exclamation mark. Looking to Jing. No, motioning to Jing. Yeah, I remember when I wrote my first script, I really tried to look up kind of like proper formatting for Sage. You know, try to be professional about it, and I think I mostly have something fairly similar, or fairly correct. Like, obviously, if it's not correct, it's fine. But you know, if I can make it more correct, you know, I'll try. Actually, we'll put a bit of a beat, so just like it'll be like I introduce myself, and then why are you not introducing the other person? Oh, try not to. Oh, him? Don't worry about him. Actually, no, that's rude. This is Jedi Knight Jing Yuan. And he is here to make sure we are all safe and protected today. I know, it feels a little excessive for a little youngling lesson like this. But given my so I just need to be like, he's here because I keep getting my ass kicked. Fact is, I have not had great luck. I've not had great luck running these lessons. And as a Corellian, yeah, believe me, as a Corellian, that's pretty embarrassing. But it's true. Last year, I was hunted down at the very first lesson I ever taught. Later in the year, I was even shot out of the air coming to one. Just like, apparently, the council has deemed it necessary to give me temple escort. Instead of just, it's very monologue-y for sure. Also, I need to double check if Nick for sure wants to just be like, Nick's got his character's got a yellow lightsaber, so he's like, is he like temple guard? Because that would fit, especially with this kind of angle he's going. So I need to double check if that's actually the wording he wants to go with. No, that's... So, yes. As such, the council has been very generous to send me here with another sword arm. Help us out. Isn't that right, Jing? To which Jing then replies, I am only here to watch. I'm only here to secure. No. That's the right way to be like, I'm just here to guard, not to teach. I'm only here. I'm not here to help you teach. There we go. And when we come back to it, I'm sure I'll make it better, but, you know, first drafts and all that. Yeah. Of course. Right. Forget I said anything. Nope. My duty is as a guardian on his right. Oh! Ooh, I do like that. Let's do that. My duty is as a guardian. Deck. Instructor. Yeah. That works. And again, it's like with everything else is oh, I have to make sure I keep because the script screen on screen is like so squashed, whereas mine is like fucking long. I have to remember to keep scrolling. Yeah, I think that works. But again, it's like all of my scripts, you know, once it's written, I will give everyone else involved in the show free reign to re-edit their lines as much as they want. Worst of it would just be if I have to come back to just kind of pull back some thoughts. Like I remember the previous depends on how the other guy wants to come across, but the idea is he's more buttoned up. It makes sense he'd have more formal speech pattern. Yeah, that's true too. Again, because this is his first time bringing out like his character on stage, so we're still kind of learning what kind of guy he's gonna be. That said, so far the primary inspiration we've had is just he's Commander Shepard from Mass Effect. That's what we're kind of thinking so far. The only other thing is just Nick. I don't know if he just does it for fun or whatever, but when he delivers dialogue, anytime we're at a practice or something, it's always very like. It's very in your face. It's very bombastic sometimes, and it's just, like I can see him like, my duty is as a guardian, deck, not as an instructor. Which case that'd be fine too. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, like I said, I unless someone says something really like out of universe, then usually I'll leave it at that. I remember I had to edit Kim on the last script when it was supposed to just be like, you know, the Sith is just being like, you know, we gotta put flair into it. We gotta be like, ah, when we strike to really bring out our emotion and our power and energy. And Kim wanted to change that line to like that is so extra. And I was like, nah, that's too earthy, we can't do it. So it turned into this sounds like a bad idea. I wanted them to say I have a bad feeling about this. They didn't want to. So I had to put that into my own part of the script later. I'm sure I'll sneak one of those into this one too. Have to. Obligated. Anyway, so back to the lesson. So on that note, let us carry on from... Let us start from the top. And this is just me completely cribbing the previous script. As I said before, we are Jedi Knights. Who knows, who here knows who the Jedi are and what we do? And then the Jedi give the younglings some time to answer the question. It's like, hopefully they don't say any fuck shit along the way. So then we're just like... Actually, what did I have Kim say? I'm Jedi Padawan. So first I want to know what you all know. Who knows who the Jedi are and what we do? That's right, for countless years, yeah. I might steal this for a second. So let's see. Yeah, I remember when I did the solo show at Fan Expo, I had to remember what this said because I never have to say this line. Let's say... I'm gonna go with for over 1,000. Over 1,000 years, the Jedi Order has defended the Republic and the galaxy at large, keeping the peace, maintaining order, and I want to say defending twice. What did I say before that? Keeping the Sith Empire. We can do it. Maintaining order and combating. Is that too aggressive for children? I don't know. And combating the never-ending threat of the Sith Empire. Something like that. Which, of course, I'm going to screw myself up now because I'm changing the words from, like, a year's worth of muscle memory. It's not muscle memory, it's regular memory. Oh, does it want me to uppercase Jedi? God damn, fine. Fine, Google Docs, fine. Oh, I should... Do I have to say it's deck? Yeah, I guess we can do that. Okay. Next question. So that's who we are. Next question. Who knows I like how every spell check that recognizes the word insists it's a proper noun. It's like, no man, Jedi's a thing. Fuck. I need to pull up my own damn. I need to pull up my own damn stream. Like they're a band instead of a bunch of monk cops. Okay, what did I write in the old script? Man, so much banter in comparison to this one. Oh, you know what the other problem is that I've ad-libbed the shit out of that script so much that this doesn't even look like what I remember saying. That's who we are. Who knows? Who knows how we do? That's who we are. But who knows what we do? No. That's who we are. Next. And who here knows how we do that? Who knows what kind of tools? This is the preferred terminology we've been using for these lessons. Who knows what kind of tools we use to perform our duties? What the hell did I say before? Who knows what the tools of a Jedi are? Okay. What does the Kim and Gabby thing go? Who we are and what do you use to perform your duties? Okay. Who knows what kind of tools we use to use tools particularly important see. There are two particular things we use to perform our duties. Two things that will be very important to today's lesson. Two things there. Next question. There are two particular things we use to perform our duties. Two things that will be very important to today's lesson. Who thinks they know what they are? And then once again, wait for the younglings to say the Force and lightsabers. And then we'll just let ourselves know, direct the conversation back to the, hey, direct the conversation back to James's keyboard sounds melt my inner ears to butter. You know, Craig, I probably would have preferred having a clackier keyboard, but at the time that I bought this keyboard, I went with brown switches. Brown switch? I think it's brown switches. Because I used to have a roommate that really didn't like my clacky keyboards. So just with her in mind, I was like, okay, I'll get one that doesn't expressly clack. That said, I still bought him out on the keys, so I'm still getting clacks anyways. So yeah. I should have put an ASMR tag in there. Just... It's funny. I was talking about keyboards with my manager at work today. He went for a middle ground. Yeah. It was just like, the Switch has a little bit of a pressure to activate the Switch, but it doesn't expressly click. But no, I wish I had gone full click. Full click would have been sick. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I was talking about keyboards with my manager today, because he spilled coffee on his keyboard 1,000 years ago. It's like a keyboard for a Mac. And I was just telling him, it's like, yeah, that means like it shouldn't be that expensive to replace. It's just a cheap ass like basic bitch Mac keyboard. Like it's just the rubber pads underneath the flat buttons. Blah blah blah. At which point I started talking about mechanical keyboards with them, and this is like, I've had this thing for like 12, 13 years now, maybe more. I love it. I wish it had a few more media buttons on it, but like I got pretty small little keyboard. Like, I don't think anyone's ever seen my keyboard. Yeah, just look at all these drinks everywhere, man. Yeah, just a little guy. It was cheaper than some of the other ones, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. What was I doing? Back to the Force. Okay. So, I desire the extremes of the spectrum: silent and soft versus full typewriter. I would have loved to go full typewriter. Oh, goddamn. Just regrets, you know? Yeah, so this is the part in the show where we're trying to be heavenly spirit of some. Hey, I saw you had followed our channel a few days ago, right? Hello. A week ago. Oh, full on week ago. Did you jump in when I was playing Old Republic? It's like, great, that was a while ago. Oh shit. With the rate of 1. Hell yeah, thank you very much. Alright, I'll do this properly. Right, yeah, because you also playing Star Wars games. Yeah, so yeah, today is a little bit different from last week. I need to work on a script for a Saber Guild show later this August. So that's what's going on today. Also, the Restream chat, why are you... Oh, I had it hidden like an idiot. God damn it. Me as one of these younglings. What are things we use to perform our duties? Secret wives. Only that one dude who's apparently a lot older than we all think. And apparently that was a deal breaker for everyone on the internet. Fucking Star Wars nerds, man. So let's talk about the Force. Okay, I'm pretty sure I should just crib my old script for this. Okay. I'm sure you've all heard it by now. The Force is an energy field surround. Mundy's wives weren't secret. He had a fuck all pass from the council. He had a fuck all pass from the council. Hot damn. That shit still makes me laugh though. Just everyone's, oh, they've broken canon. This is before Order 66 for the thing. Yeah. This is kind of a... The costumes are movie accurate, which means it's like prequel era costuming, which puts us kind of in that period. Although we still argue that there's a Sith Empire that we're fighting. So it's Jedi versus Sith. And we have enough numbers on both sides, for the most part, unless we're doing a very specific time frame of a show. So this is kind of a very kind of generic past Republic period Star Wars. It's not like full-on Old Republic. And again, that's just part of it where it's like, you know, the Sith haven't been seen for over 1,000 years. Like, yeah, probably true, but, you know, don't worry about it. Ask them, have you ever heard the tale of Darth Bane? Nice, Sith rocks. Yeah, it's a Star Wars lo-fi channel that's just streaming music. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for it, but we'll worry about that later. Yeah, it's before Order 66. Like, actually, I've had a previous show where I poke fun at that. How did it go? It's when the lightsabers come out. And I was just like, this is a lightsaber. It's the traditional weapon of the Jedi Knight. has been for 1,000 years, probably will be for another 1,000 years. What could happen? No one ever laughs at that. I'm always disappointed. I feel like they should get a bigger crowd pop. I get nothing from it. So Obi-Wan. Yeah, so this bit is absolutely the Obi-Wan quote. The force and energy field surrounding all living things. It binds us, surrounds us. You know. And we'll just be like, you know. That is definitely... Have you heard of the tale of Darth Revan? It's not a tale of Jedi or any reputable game studio recently will tell you. Yeah, because how I play this with in a previous show is balance between dark and light and the path of gray and living force. As far as our particular group is concerned, gray is not a thing. We go pretty orthodox to company canon on that one. You might not want to go to Edmonton the next few days. I heard. Yeah, I was looking it up because I was aware that the game had already started a few hours ago. I was like, how are they doing? Hello, Alex. Yeah, I think it's probably for the best. As fun and as amazing as it would have been for the Oilers to win that. I certainly would have been happy with that. That would have been fine. Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Yeah. Just Florida, the Florida Panthers never would have lived that down if they couldn't win that. just that would just be their legacy for the rest of their existence. Just remember that time in 2024 where you were up 3-0 in the series and then you lost it one after one after one after one. So it's fine. They had a good scare. Edmonton got pretty hype. I don't know how. Do you tell them I've oversight the Jedi Code? I'll get to that in a second. Yeah, I don't know how Edmonton's treating it. Like at least the game was in Florida, so I don't expect anyone's riding or anything like that. When Tampa Bay had the greatest season ever in 2019, they got swept round one to wild card team. Yeah, this is just go fig, right? Nah, hockey's fun like that. So Heavenly, do you tell them about reciting the Jedi Code? Not particularly. I don't find that fun. For the shows, because again, this is primarily a show for children. Like some of them might be maybe like 10 years old, 12 years old at the upper end, but it will also have like 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds in the audience. So it's like I wouldn't do anything like repeat after me. I wouldn't do stuff like that. But there was a bit in this previous script where Seb highlighted his lines. I did throw in when we were getting into the actual lessons. We get into this bit where we're gonna teach the kids, some lightsaber forms, and Kieran here goes, "Hey, my master actually thinks quite highly of Soresu," and Malaz pokes at them. I see the Jedi Code is dumb. I should allow love and but not lust. Yeah. I mean, that you can still make the argument for that, but just if we're talking about like the actual there is no blank, there is blank. If we're talking about that code, I snuck it into the script just as a joke. Well, not as a joke, as part of the script. But yeah, he's just like, my master thinks highly. Like, oh yes, it definitely helped your master while they were on the shuttle, because his story was like he sabotaged the shuttle. So then Kieran jumps in, hey, you want to see the shuttle? You want to see the medical bay? I can send you there right now. And I jump in. And I was like, hey, Kieran! There is no chaos. There is harmony. At which point then Kieran shouts, he started it. And whip my headphones off. And I do the Han Solo, the Harrison Ford, fuck you finger point. Yeah, but I mean, the short version is like the Jedi Code, like, just canonically is problematic and faulty, and that's why everything in the movies happens when it does. Because go fig, sequestering your entire emotion and existence in the name, and worldly attachments in the name of serving this order. As it turns out, not super healthy. It's not great for your mental health. And yeah, Old Republic era Jedi code is so different to canon era. Yeah. Is there is it not the same? It's a different code. Just there is no blank. There is blank. There's two different codes. Canon. Ooh, I like this. Oh yeah. What good times going into fucking Wikipedia expecting to just exist like peacefully. There is no emotion, there is peace, there's no ignorance, there's knowledge, there's no passion, there's serenity, there's no chaos, there's harmony, there's no death, there's the force. So by just having a completely different third philosophy. I've seen the so-called Gray Jedi code, and again, I think that's one of those things where it's just the company standard is that is not a thing. As like, if you want to have fun, make up your own character, sure. But I know I had the previous local director for our group for Alderaan Temple was very much Grey Jedi is an excuse for someone to have all of the bad force powers and to be edgy, but without being explicitly evil. And so there's like it's their dark force power fantasy. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. And of course, if we really want to get into it, then this is the Freddie Prinze Jr. rant where he's like, yeah, Grey Jedi, not a fucking thing. It's like, have fun with it if you want, but it's not a thing. So I'm down with that. Children-friendly Star Wars. Oh, very much, especially these ones. With the kids shows, no one dies, and in the end, the Sith surrenders and joins you in teaching the lesson. And that's why Last May was so exciting for us. Where it was like, this is the first time we actually get to kill each other in a show, and it's gonna be exciting and great. So that was fun. Anyways, what do I need from my old script to cheat? Vader, the Inquisitors. Yeah. Fake death. Yeah. I mean, for the most part, I think that's the other thing is that I think it's just we're not supposed to go there, so it's fine. Okay. Will you allow the Sith? What we do is we allow the Sith to teach the dark side. How we've been playing with our scripts, and I cribbed this from another group's show. What's this not gaming? Nope, I gotta work on shit, man. Hello, David. Corbin22, he's actually one of the guys that practices with our group. What we generally do with dark side teachings for the lesson is we just get the kids to let the kids ki on one of the strikes. That's what it is. So we argue that that's the Sith teach that. We let the Sith teach them to shout on the attack and let their emotion out and stuff. So the argument we argue it in the show that for at least for our version, I know who was it? It was Felucia Temple from Oregon, and they were just like, can we just teach them a little bit of dark side? Can we teach them a little bit of dark side? That's how they described it. Concept of a force user trying to straddle the middle could be interesting, but I'd have to actually kind of suck for it to make compelling storytelling. Constantly dipping into the dark side the way the Sith do. Even if it should be incredibly hard not to fall. Yeah, absolutely. And I know that's what they did with Kyle Katarn, arguably Luke Skywalker, Plo Koon probably, where they're just like, you know, like force powers aren't inherently good, like light or dark. It's the intent behind it. Blah blah blah. That could certainly work, as long as you know are clever about it. But yeah, so for our show, our justification to let the Sith teach a so-called dark side power is Mace Windu, since he's the Jedi who's dark side. Oh yeah, Vapad, very fair, very fair. So our justification is the Sith is like they would benefit from knowing what the dark side feels like, because then they'll be able to better recognize it. And of course, my eventual argument is like he has a point that the more prepared they are to recognize it, the better they'll be able to defend against it, kind of thing. Sith is a branch offside of a rabbit tree. Windu's a good example because he overall remains a good side overall, but he is also inarguably the most cop Jedi. Until Yord showed up. So that's how Darth Malus would describe it. You know, it's like, you know, they would benefit from understanding the feel and the pull of the dark side. But I mean, if you are afraid that they'll just give up all your Jedi teachings after one exposure to the dark side, I mean, that's fine. You know what fear leads to, and he plays that card on me. So his whole character was basically just like baiting me and knowing exactly where to just like logically trap me. Padme and Anakin says love brings to the dark side. I think it's not so much. I think the argument for that, man, not only is this gonna be script writing, this is gonna be just like Star Wars philosophy. This plans himself to not follow his efforts to not let himself get corrupted, makes him inflexible and ruthless in other ways. Yep, that's fair. I think the thing with Padme Anakin, it's not that love got him swayed to the dark side. It's the attachment. Because once you are, and again, it's that whole thing from Phantom Menace, you know, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. So when you have, and I understand that this is why the rules are in place, where there's like, you can't have attachments, because if you have something that you're afraid to lose, then you're gonna do some fuck shit to make sure you don't lose them. And if you do lose them, now you're gonna get real angry about it. Now we're all in trouble. Which is also why in the Season 1 Rebels, I thought that was such a clever move to when Kanan is fighting the Inquisitor. I'm gonna assume we're all up to date on our Star Wars shits, especially for like Rebels and stuff, right? Meaning to Obi-Wan, since he has attachment to Satine, Luke, and Anakin. To a degree. I'm sure that's certainly part of it. But I guess that's the thing, is like, is he afraid of losing them in the same way? And that's kind of a, and again, that's part of it is, you know, he grew up knowing like this is how we do the thing, so he's kind of used to living that way. Whereas Anakin, you know, he was older, right? More the fact that the Jedi zero tolerance policy meant he had no support system. Yes! He had no support system where anyone to turn to healthily deal with his complex. Maul makes Obi-Wan to get revenge for Satine. Yeah, I think that would be a really fun way to go about that, for sure. I think that'd be a fun alternate reality story. But, I think that was probably one of the most clever bits of story that they did was, when Kanan was fighting the Grand Inquisitor, and Ezra got knocked off the thing, and it looked like he was gone and disappeared, maybe dead. And Kanan does the typical no, and he gets all sad. And the Inquisitor looks at him and is like, is that the anger inside you now? Is that the dark side creeping into you now that you've lost your apprentice? And Kanan's response is, no, I am completely at peace because I have nothing to lose. I'm just like, that's fucking smart. That's a cool way to play that angle. Remember, what is the one thing your master say? Said Grand Inquisitor, and Kanan said, run. Yeah. That too. But yeah, like Anakin was a damn mess. He didn't have a good mental anything. everything he knew was broken, and no one wanted to help him, and then he had feelings, and he didn't know how to deal with them. He didn't have rom-coms to watch to understand how to flirt with girls, you know? Okay, surrounds us. You know, that is definitely the letter. That is definitely the words from the text. Just a hypothetical, let's say someone does love somebody a lot and begin to worry that they may die. How might they process and be at peace? Yo, the skill issue it is. Stop being a bitch, he must. And it's just like, yeah, it's like you're worried about losing something. Like Master Yoda, how do I deal with this fear of losing someone? It's like, forget about them. Then you have nothing to worry about. It's like, that doesn't help me, Master Yoda. But let me do something a little bit more. Well, how did I word this on the old one? A little more engaging. Let's do something a little more engaging, and then. So this is the bit. This is the version I do. This bit of my old script was basically cribbed from Luke from The Force Awakens. Now, Master Skywalker, help me, Anakin. Force choke. I wish that could be changed to turn them into Inquisitor for Palpatine. I mean, that's what happens in the alternate future in Jedi Fallen Order, right? He's just like, we have this Rolodex of Force sensitive children. We can rebuild the Jedi, but then he realized, oh, if I do that, they'll all just get captured and turned into Inquisitors. Oh, let's not do that. Okay, so this bit, this has been a thing that I totally cribbed off of The Last Jedi, which I think is probably. However you feel about the sequel trilogy and the sequel movies, the Last Jedi's take on the Force is probably one of the better discussions about it. And I am shamelessly stealing from it for this bit. So I do this thing, like, you don't have to do this, but if you want, close your eyes. Now everyone take a deep breath, just breathe. Feel the air in your lungs, the air around you, the air between you and your fellow younglings. Good, now reach a bit further. Try to sense your guardians behind you. Kim, one of the other Jedi, they're a teacher, so they were telling me, don't worry about, parents and guardians. Like this, they're all the same. Like they are just as valued as each other. They're just as important as each other. Just don't make the differentiation. So just say guardians. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. I can do that. There's good insight. Just pull the life skills from everyone around you, Try to sense the guardians behind you. The hum of everyone else in the convention hall. This is not a convention hall. Tale of Boba Fett when Luke takes Grogu is similar to that. I'd have to rewatch it. I forget how he described it. I have to rewatch it. It's like, should I just pull it up right now? I was like, no. You want to definitely like get this stream nuked in the VOD? No. Yeah. I have to double check, see what he says, see if I like it. I might steal some of those sentiments too. Oh man, this was a joke I used for when we were doing the fan expo. So we were in a convention center. Like the hum of everyone in the convention hall, that one corner of Artist Alley near the washroom. Oh, something's alive over there. I was again encouraged to take that out of the script because that's so childish. I was like, yeah, that's fair. It's a poop joke. So we're back in Granville Island. So we can go back to the birds in the air and in the water. The creek. I'm trying to sense your guardians behind you. The birds are around the creek. The other people in the market. There we go. And between all of that, We have. Oh, I really need to look up my old, because I kept adding shit to this in my own times. Like, you know, it's like we have harmony. We have harmony, and we have balance. And I was like, can you feel that? Yeah? No? Maybe? Well, we'll keep working on it. And it's funny, you get some kids that are just like, I didn't feel a damn thing. You get some kids like, I felt it! I felt it! It's like, the fuck you did, kid, but good on ya. I like your gumption. So then this is the bit. So remember, the Force doesn't belong to the Jedi or the Sith. No, the Force lives inside all of us. But if you just breathe and open up your senses, that's my character's thing. He's always like telling you, just breathe. Use this from Yoda. In a dark place we find ourselves, and a little more knowledge lights our way. Oh yeah. I know that children at age don't know some of those words. Yeah, for sure. How the light and dark side works is one is good, one is evil. More like it's a river. The light side is a gentle flow you can draw from. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's what it is. Is when you live with the Force and you're a part of where it wants you to go. That's the balance that they're talking about. But the dark side is when you're like, no, I'm going to do my own thing with it. I'm going to divert the river. No, for sure. That's also why. And again, this just a lot of it comes from that Freddie Prinze Jr. thing. That's the way he described what he got from the Bible was that the Force is really way more fatalistic in that universe than people think. It's like literally to the point of like, oh, why does everything happen on Tatooine? It's like the Force wants everything to happen on Tatooine. Same thing is it's like, who wins this fight? Is it because they're more skilled? They have more XP? It's like, no, the Force wanted that to happen. It's like, oh shit. Not evil because I have no conscious malice, but strong and dangerous, and if you fuck around, you're gonna find out. Yeah. No, for sure, I'm down with that. Train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose. It's a good line, and but again, I think that's why like Anakin's just like, I have no patience for this lesson. This is not what I need right now, and that's why it doesn't work on him. And I think like fundamentally is like that's not a bad idea. It's like if you're not afraid to lose things, then if you're able to let go of stuff, you will never be afraid of losing stuff because you don't need to hold on to anything, and that's why that works. And the same thing, I think like there's a George Lucas quote out there: "Use the Force as like marshmallows, where you break it and you turn dark." Do they have marshmallows in Star Wars? I don't know. I don't know if they do. But I know that was the thing. Like Lucas was talking about that. You know, it's like with the dark side is like they want. Sounds like children thing. Yeah. No, it still has to sound like Star Wars though. That's the fun of writing the scripts. I know it's another George Lucas deep dive when he was talking about, you know, like it's joy versus pleasure. And he's just like, you know, joy, it's not the same high as pleasure. It's not as intense, but it's sustainable, and if you live in joy, you know, you can live content and peaceful. But if you want pleasure, you know, it's such a high, and it's such an experience. But anytime you want to go get more pleasure, you need more of it. Otherwise, you're not going to get that same high. And that's why with the Sith is that they want that pleasure, and they want more, and they want more. And the more you want, the more you have. Now you're afraid that people are going to take that away from you, and now you're going to hold on to it even tighter. And in the process, that's how you end up losing everything. Now, whenever you find videos of Lucas like really actually like breaking down his shit, it's kind of cool. Pleasure of conquering, killing, and blood. Yeah, exactly. And you're just like, and eventually like it's not enough, and then you need more, and you need more, and that's why the dark side is inherently like unsustainable. In the context of this universe, I thought it was like, no, this is a real thing. Absolutely. There's a philosophy you can pull from it, but you know, it is what it is. So usually at this point, the force looks at all. But if you breathe and open up your senses, this is usually when I get the sensing the disturbance in the force, and I turn around and I'm looking for where the dark Jedi is hiding. So what I can do this time is I can use Jing to be that guy. Do I talk about? No, I don't talk. I don't go too deep into that stuff. Most of these shows are like half an hour to an hour at the most. So it's very surface level, easy for kids to digest. And the other thing is, we want to get to the point where we can actually pick up the pool noodle lightsabers so that they can actually learn to do like a tonk 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 kind of thing. Addictive and corrupting in the way the Sith tap into it. That's not the Force's fault. It's the way it's being used. Yeah, exactly. So what we can do is we can use Jing at this point. And we can have Jing scream out at that moment. You'll be like, hold. And we'll see. Urgently. And then we'll have Deck. Hey! Don't do that. Hey! You. Oi. Stop breaking my format, you fuck. Oi. Okay. There we go. Last Jedi's mirror cave scene kind of works this way too, because Rey doesn't try to tap into it. She just lets it carry her through what it wants to show her, and it spits her out on the other side when she's done. Yeah. It's a cool idea. Show them a force duel for dark versus light. For the most part, we stick to the lightsabers just because this is a literal live performance in front of an audience. So we don't have access to, like, special effects and stuff. So, like, at the most, like, force powers will be, like, pushes, pulls, and chokes, because we can mime that shit out. Tell you what. Like a holocron. Tell you what. Let me dig into a thing really quickly. I'm just gonna pause the music. I'll mute the music. I don't have to pause. So for example, this is...
Here we are.
This is a video I've shown like a billion times on this channel by now.
Little group of young ladies.
And it's not... Oh, yeah. Right, I'm like zoomed in all funny. You know what? Hold on. I don't have to use the... I have the videos. Honestly, a decent holocron prop would probably work in the future. I have seen some groups have the holocron prop, so no, that would be cool. I'd be down for that. It's like, right, I have these videos saved locally. What's wrong with me? Save Gil. Performances. Push button activation, hold on in front of kids, and have them unlock it. Oh, that shit, yeah. That could be fun. That'd be a fun gimmick. Force lightning would be easy with Nerf guns. Ish. Like, because the thing is, you still don't want it to look too hokey. Like, you're aware that you're all just playing and stuff, but it's like, you can only get away with so much suspension of disbelief for that kind of stuff. So generally, we don't F with lightning. Yeah. So let me see here.
What was I talking about?
This is not the part. Is this the entire thing?
Yeah.
This is the entire thing. All right, so let me... Force heal be a good topic. Again, just for the scope of these shows, not really. Like, we really just stick to talk about the Force, do some fights on a stage for entertainment purposes, and then the kids get to do like a cutting routine and a blocking routine. It's really the point of the show is to put the foam lightsaber in their hand so that they can actually do something with it. So let's see. What do I want? What do I want? Window capture. Where's my window capture option? Display capture? No, not display capture. Window capture. There you are. We'll call it window capture. No, window capture is something else. Actually, hold on. Can I make a VLC video source? Yes, I can. And does it actually know? No, that's stupid. We're not doing it that way. Nope. Window capture. Player. And we want this the window VLC player. Very good. Okay. Let's take the media things off for aesthetic purposes. Yeah, for sure. Also, if it's not gonna even work. Yep. Oh, God damn it. How do we... I know that's come up before. It was like, how do you even get this to play properly? Okay, you need to go. I will give my life to protect the child, but he will not be safe until he messes with... Yeah. He's with one of your kind, yeah. Capture method. Let me see here. How do I fix this? VLC OBS. How do you get VLC video? How to source the new scene. Browse video files. Set the parameters. Fix the black screen. I know I've done it before. Could media capture? It could, but I think I can... I've done this before. Video output to OpenGL. Okay, media source or VLC source. Oh. Could it be so easy? Instead of capture method, Windows. Hey, it was that easy. In Old Republic, yeah, I got him in the last stream.
A big full group of younglings.
So this was last February.
But in terms of the things, the tools that we use,
So this is us.
but if you'd like, I'd like you all just close your eyes and take a deep breath. Hello, yes.
So yes, we do this kind of. Anyway, so
As absolutely hard as you can. Take all that energy, and we're going to push
So this is-
it all out. Also, I realized I probably gave you the wrong idea yesterday.
yeah, David, this is yours.
I don't want you to try to throw. Better? Let's try this again. Hands together. Deep breath. Press. Harder. Harder. 1, 2, 3, push.
Four and one for the Jedi. We do go into that later. We teach the kids Shicho.
We're gonna do. We're gonna because you can't help. Oh no, that's what we're doing. If we get through this, I'm supposed to speak very highly of your conduct.
I don't care about that. This is you.
See, there's my force push.
Watch the young ones. Keep them clear. I got this.
Foam sticks look. Yeah. Well, I mean, like for us, we're using like the polycarbonate lightsabers. Like mine is an ultra saber. Kim's is a saber forge.
Yeah, you took them out with one move. Really easily.
So this is what this show is for. It's like primarily it's so that we can do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I remember that move.
Mine's a Kit Bash. CR Hills Ultra Blades. Yeah. The Wicked's like, no, you're not. And this is the best part of the entire fight. Oh god. Oh god. No, I eat more chokes. Darth Extra doing his thing. Yeah. So that's the kind of thing we're doing. Like, we're not doing anything too crazy. We're not going into like deep history or lore or anything like that. How Force Choke not look different from Gravity? I mean, the short answer is it doesn't. That's all he does. He makes his hand go like this, and I go, ugh! And then the rest is just us being dramatic. Anyways, so let's put that away for now. Let's get back to writing. So yeah, so that's kind of more of if you needed a better idea of kind of like what these shows are, like what the script is for, it's like that kind of stuff. Anyways, so we'll have... So, there's a Force alarm with Darksiders report. Yeah, and that's kind of what this is riffing off of. Like in that show in particular, that's me, where it's like, you know, just breathe and open up your senses, and you can whoa. And he just has this moment like, sorry, I swore I just felt something, and you do a thing. And then later I have another one, and this time I'm looking right at Kim. I'm just like, okay, are you not sensing that? You know, you do a thing like that. So I'll play it this way, where this time it's Nick who triggers the Force alarm. Well, let's not say urgently. We'll say surprised. Is this once a month thing for kids show? Not once a month. Like this one's very specifically is for August. So we're gonna do this in like mid-August. So there's gonna be 3 shows, 2 groups. So one of us is gonna have to do the show twice, which is still better than last year, where the 3 of us did the same show 3 times in a row, like on the hour. We were tired. It was a good show though. And then again, the video I was showing you, that was from Fan Expo last February. Basically the same show as what we did in the summer. So this one is a brand new version of this show. Like the overall kind of format is always the same. You know, introduce yourself, talk about the Force, let the children pretend to throw you around a bit, demonstrate some lightsaber stuff, either like a solo form by yourself, or with a fight with another group. Actually, I need to get back to writing. Otherwise, I'm not doing my job. But just for example, mute. This is Felucia Temple at Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle. A while back. Oh, I don't have a video of that, actually. I thought I did. I did not. Oh no. The window's too big now. The window's too big. So, I was hoping to find, like, they have a... Create a training dummy. Nah, again, it's stuff that we would have to physically bring out to the market. This is too many extra pieces. Yeah, it's not necessary. So I was hoping that this would be a piece of the Master Padawan fight they did, because they do this little cute thing where, you know, it's kind of a playful duel, and at some point she gets behind the Master and is like doing like the kind of like track them from behind. Well, so he's like turning around and they're running around behind them, and it's all cute. And as with him eating a pommel to the face and just being like, "Oh shoot, sorry, that was really. Are you okay? Isn't she a Sith? That's why she is." The Padawan that I'm talking about for this is here. She already got force choked into a crumpled mess, is what happened. I didn't film the part before this. This is when the Sith showed up. Oh, that's such a good reaction. Like, I wish we would have kids that would do that, where they're just like, "We'll never join you." No, their show was pretty hardcore though, because they had an audio, like a pre-recorded audio backing. Ugh. That's fun. Yeah. No, it's all the same. It's just no. I think they're all using about the same. It's so funny. No, it's just they have fresh batteries and good lighting. No, they seem more delicate. It's just that we here at Alderaan Temple are just really aggressive with our fighting. Short answers, we're just really aggressive. Also, Roger, Screenplay 101, hello. Actually, if you want to see some other videos, like, for example, let me see. Do I have any practice videos? These are like the shows specifically, but if you want some ideas, let's see. Very specific practices. Let's see. I don't know if I have an entire... Which one is this? No, not this one. How about this one? It's just... Like, we throw headbutts into our fights. How's the June 20th practice? Is that what this one was? June 20th? Did I have a June 20th practice? I probably did. What did I do on June 20th? Oh, like, no, that was a good one. I haven't played around with any of that video yet, but no, it was an okay practice. It was good for all the new kids for sure. Like all the new people, because we've had a lot of new people just this past month, which has been kind of cool. But yeah, it's just it's a lot of. Do you have any older kids? Most of the people at our practices are like grown ass adults. Let's put Kim away. Generally for younger people, like, they're not allowed to practice properly with us until they're at least like 16, I think, with parental permission. Actually, I think 13 with parental like guidance. But to be there on your own, yeah, you have to be, I think, at least 16. So we don't have too many kids. Or are you talking about the lessons? Not too many, because I think at that point, like, the playing around is a little bit too kiddish for them. I know we do get a big mix of different people who watch the show, and they take part in some of it, but when it gets to the actual like lightsaber stuff, they don't get into that. I would like for us to be able to do adult lessons. that would be fantastic. But so far, we keep offering it, and all the conventions are just like, no, we don't want that. It's like, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyways. Yeah. Actually, I just got a new saber too. It's like, fuck me. I had to get a new saber. My current show one, the wiring's coming loose, so the lights aren't properly circuiting. And I'm sure it'd be an easy fix if you just go in there and just find the loose part and solder it. But just like, I'm gonna just fuck something up if I go in there. So I got a new one because I got a show coming up soon. I need a working saber. So yeah, that's fine. It's still the original pommel from my very first saber. Moving on to the sense, yeah. Anyway, so I've been sitting on this point for a long time. Okay, what? This song is silly. Oh, that saxophone, damn. Older Holy. Like anything, I'm just worried that anything too official will flag as a copyright thing, and I don't want that, so I gotta go with these like remixes of stuff. But like even these, like technically someone still made it, and so I don't want to. I don't want to get in trouble. Oh yeah? Oh, okay. Maybe. That's okay. It's one song doesn't ruin the entire playlist. It's fine. Oh, I'll give Nick a bit of a. I'll give him an in so he can zing. Like, are you not? You don't sense that? So we'll just be like, we'll say, oh, scroll down. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna probably do that a bunch because again, like the screen that I've got is like so wide, whereas what I'm typing on is super long. Thank you, thank you. Apologies. Oh. Let's see. We'll just act that. We'll just like. Oh. Plus side, I'm glad that I'm at least not wasting your time. I'll say something like that. I should also. I need to put in a line for Jing to interrupt me to just feel like that's not how that works. We'll put it right here. We'll break this up, we'll put Jing in there, and he'll be like, this is... This is a very unorthodox teaching Let's see. This is Act 2. No, this is still Act 1. Oh, hold on. I zoomed out. Where am I? So we're talking about the Force, and then I'm gonna tell the kids to actually he hasn't seen the sussy shit yet, so I can't put that there yet. We'll put it here. It's funny in the Kim and Gabby script. Oh, where am I? There it is. Kim does this bit too, and Gabby, who's playing the master, is just like, that was different. And then Kim's just like, oh yeah, Deck Elegant did that in the lesson that I helped him with, and it seemed to really make a lot of the kids really seemed to understand it. At which point Gabby just goes, ah, Deck Elegant taught this. It all makes sense now. Let's say this is a... I want to say this is a most unorthodox, but that almost feels too stilted. But let's see. This is a most unorthodox teaching method. It's like he jumps in a little bit. Don't worry. How did I word it before? Where it was like, not as instructor. You're not here as an instructor, remember? So remember, the Force doesn't belong to Dana, and then he jumps in. This is like most teaching somebody to one of the masters. That's kind of how I go very like kind of Qui-Gon on this, you know. It's like there's the by the book version of how you teach the things and how you explain the things, and that's the other side that's just like, this is the living experience of the thing. So my character, so generally when I write them, is kind of playing that angle. That's kind of why I'm doing that. Glad to see that I'm not wasting your time. Yeah, we gotta get Mace Windu is by the book, while Qui-Gon is, I see, as like Anakin True Master if he not die. Oh yeah, for sure. And that was always the kind of the point of that bit of the Phantom Menace, is like, here's a guy who's like, he will be the father figure that this kid needs. He knows how to talk to him. He kind of understands what he's got, how he needs to explain the world to him. And he's like, he can turn him into probably like a great Jedi. And he lost the Duel of the Fates, so yeah, no. Shit, I don't have to get serious. I just say get serious. So I was like, keep an eye out for me, and then he can be like, obvious. Is that too callous? Keep it out for me. It's like, obviously. But and again, I don't know if that's gonna be quite his character, so we can come back to that later. Master Deck, what are we going to do? There's too many of them. You know what we're gonna do to them? Where is it? Oh no, I put it in my bag already. It's not directly behind me. Yeah, actually, I'm kind of, there's too many droid troopers. I'm digging the new saber. It's an updated version of the Fallen. The fins are Beat Saber ensues. The fins are a little bit tighter to the rest of it, so it's not quite as big. It might be the what's it called, the survivor like top. So it's a little bit small, a little bit thinner. It might be a little bit lighter. I don't take it out and swing it to be sure, but no, it's also a lot shinier because it's brand new. So you know, yay, new sabers, good times. We should try to make an Anakin Luke lightsaber. Well, I wouldn't make it. I would just buy it if I need it. It's not priority for me right now. It's not something I need. Most likely at this point in my Saber Guild life, if I were to get more sabers, it would be just more stunt sabers. Just less expensive ones that I can bash around and not feel bad about. Especially ones that I can... Should we finally get to do adult shows, that I can bring out and be comfortable lending out to strangers? Yeah. Lightsaber making 101 and feature less for youngs. Crap, once they get to a certain age, I know. No, we don't go that far. We don't go that far. As fun as that would be. Right. So, let's be like... Okay. And then... to audience. Where was I? Obviously, deck. Yeah, I think I think I like the one word more. It's like, keep an eye out for me. Obviously, it's like I don't have to tell him to do that. He's already doing it. So yes, that is the Force. Come into the room and look around and just go like, you're all too old. We only take toddlers. I would, you know what? I would probably do that with an adult lesson. Just get everyone in, just flash the hello there because you're obligated to do that, and just be like, I'm sorry guys, you're all too old to begin the training. Yo, dude, that would be funny as fuck. Oh, I'm down for that. Someone email Fan Expo Vancouver right now. Just like, please let Alderaan Temple teach an adult choreography lesson. Jedi wear Mace Windu Anakin. You are too old to train as Jedi. Yeah, and I mean that was always the point. Is that they're too old because they have attachments. They know what parents are. And that is how we listen to the Force. And again, this is just me just ripping off my previous script because that will speed up the process. Now let's see if we can get the Force to listen to us. I am going to teach you the Force push. It's very direct, easy to visualize. It is an excellent starting point. So this is the point in the last show where it's like, Padawan Ardelian, would you kindly stand front and center, to be like, this will be the target. If you kick out, he's synthesis. Yep. So I am the Senate. Maybe he's excellent as building blocks to save your comrades. I know Gabby, their Jedi says something along the lines of like, the Force push is a great way to disengage from your enemies. It's a great tool for disengaging with your enemies, and stuff like that. And I know they play up a lot more on like the, you know, like use the Force to protect your loved ones kind of thing. Force pull. We actually don't use the pull as much in choreography as we could. I think we played around with it a little bit. I know some people, they'll do the pull and they'll take someone's lightsaber through the air. Like that's what the people from from Oregon did. I think that's a cool move. I know damn well I would not catch a saber if I did that, so I don't want to do that. I myself won't do that, but I'm sure someone else could. I don't trust myself to throw or catch. That's not where my power lies. But yeah, as far as the show goes, though, Force Push is the easiest one because all you have to do is get the kids to like do a thing and go like that, and then you just have to mime it out. Also, this is useful because when you get into the fight, what happens is the kids save the Jedi from the Sith because they use the Force Push to push them back, so that the Jedi can recover and counterattack. So that's why you have to. It has the format of the show is Force Push. That's why, among other reasons, I'm sure. But yeah, and again, just you come up with your own bullshit reason. I'm just like, oh, it's very easy to visualize. That's what I'll say. And I know Kim wants to say it like, oh, it's a great way to throw your enemies around, and then their master has got or a useful tool to disengage your enemies. Like, isn't it like the same thing? I'm like, all right, moving on. Yeah, I'm excited to see the show, their show. I hope it goes well. I think it'll be fun. It's too bad we didn't get to do it the first time. Those guys are fun to watch together. Deck steps front and center on the stage. And then we're gonna say to Jing, just checking, you didn't want to help me with this demonstration, did you? The point of this line is I need a target for the Force Push, which is usually like, you know, one of the Jedi. So the last time I did the show, because I had a Padawan to throw around, so I made them be the target. So this is me just checking. You didn't want to be the target, did you? So what's funnier? Just checking. Did you want to help me with this demonstration, or just checking? You didn't want to help me with this demonstration, did you? I think we're gonna go with that. I mean, we could just go with a glare, just a look, or I could give him a line, right? So it's either Jing goes that would go outside the parameters of my duties deck, or he just has to give a glare. So he's like, right, never mind. Which do I like more? What do I like more? I'll just leave a note. Or maybe just a glare. Stare. And I'll put that in italics. Okay. Okay, so this is how we... Okay, never mind, we'll say. Never mind. It would be wise to keep on your bodyguard's good side. Just don't antagonize me, deck. I think that'd be even funny. Let's go with that. Don't antagonize me, deck. Oh, he wants me to be British about this. All right, fine. We got proper British spelling for that then. Fine. All right, let's just copy paste. Let's just copy paste. Boom. Okay. I want you all to take a breath. Put your hands together, and I'll count of 1, 2, 3, push. I want you to push me back. My brain's going. I should throw in a barb at Jing at this point. I want you to push me. Like, I want you to push me back because Jing doesn't want to help. Something like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, younglings, since I want you to push. Actually, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put in Psy. There we go. Push me back. 1, 2, 3, push. And then the younglings do the thing. Deck, no cells. The push. The force push. Okay. So then we will just copy and paste again. Okay. You know what? For a first try, that wasn't bad. Okay, as hard as you can, all the new trying to squeeze together, so when your hand's gonna help it shake. How off. Fair enough. Alright, well, thanks for coming by. Thanks for talking some Star Wars with me. That was fun. If you couldn't tell, I could talk about this shit like forever and ever if I really want to. Generally, I prefer not to, but you know what happens. Anyways, I'll see you around. You know what? If Star Wars content is what keeps bringing you back, that maybe that's just what I have to keep doing. But anyways, you have a good rest of your night. Talk to you later. You have a good night. Bye bye. Keep building that energy hands. When we finish counting 1, 2, 3, push, you're gonna push all that energy out from you. Okay, let's try that again. Writing what would be resisted or to have one of the characters cite the teachings of Master Tugendis. I don't have that problem, as it turns out. I do not have the problem of needing to write Master Tugendis into these scripts. I have to switch to water now because the coffee's gone. And remember, I don't want you to try to throw. Not Karen, it's me. I want you to throw me. Now, deep breath, hands together, harder. Okay, 1, 2, 3, push. Deck is pushed back dramatically. Yeah, we can. Actually, this bit here, the rubbing the necks, like whoever aimed high, you don't have to do that. That's in the script because that's a payoff later in the show where you're fighting the Sith, and you're just like, on the count of three, you know, like use a force push, beat, aim high. But I think I gave that to I think Kim's got that in their script, so I don't want to steal their script for that bit. Uh-oh. Let's see. Did I do that for this one? Hands together. Click energy. It's great. Okay, they don't have the aim high in their script. I'm gonna skip it this time because it's not gonna be me shouting. It's gonna be Jing shouting the instructions for the kids. So let's just go with, yes, that was awesome. Well, I know this is pretty... I think I'm gonna save this line for later, because I say that thing. This is pretty cliche to say, but you've all just taken your first step into a larger world. But I also like ending the show on that too, so I kind of want to save it. Well, he was a warrior, the champion of the Battle of Ligmasak. No, I can't. You can't seduce me with that. I will not. Let's just say I see the Force is pretty strong with you all. This is the real dark side power. Oh god, how did Dooku put it in the movie? Make these nuts jokes into Star Wars names. We've been joking about that because there are some cursed ass names that have gotten approved as official like Jedi or Sith. Like there is a Darth Chilequiles in at one of the temples. Like same thing. Like even Nick's character is Jing Yuan. That's a Honkai Star Rail character. I know Gabby wants to do Jedi Bar B, and it's like all like kind of pink pastel tones. So I was like, how bad does a name have to be before someone says no, you can't call them that? So I was like, there's got to be just like a bucket of rejected names in like the global costume consular like office or something. Like I need to know. I gotta know. Anyways, we got an ad going on now. Let's say that. Ah, gosh. All right, I need to look that up. What does Dooku say to Yoda? Attack of the Clones. It's like I support Barbie on the grounds that QT Katie exists and we love her. This is true too. Yeah, Katie. Yeah, the droid. Yeah, but yeah, Barbie exactly. So I think it's gonna happen eventually at some point, and that's funny. What did Dooku say? It's obvious this contest cannot be decided by our knowledge of the Force, but by our skills with the lightsaber. Can I crib that into a line for children? Maybe. I gotta think about it for a bit. Also, oh god, I was thinking about a line from one of the movies that I was gonna put into the script, and I thought it would be real funny, and I can't remember what the line was anymore, and that's too bad. Because that's how I like to write these scripts. Like if I can throw in the bits here and there, Oh god, you know what would be such a deep cut? Is where is it? When I'm telling the kids to push their hands together. If I tell them to do it faster and more intense, that would be a deep fucking cut. Oh god. Harder. Okay, we'll go with harder. We'll say harder and more intense. I think that's close enough. The line that forced the Clone Wars writers to spend like 6 seasons of TV writing just so Anakin and Grievous was just missing being in the room together over and over. I know, right? They just never find each other, and it's amazing. God, just a shit like You're Shorter Than I Said. That's probably something like that, and I can't think of what it might have been. And I think it was. I'm sure it was a line I was thinking for Nick for Jing, as I can't remember. Anyways, I see the Force is pretty strong with you all, but that's only half of today's lesson. Who's ready for the next part? Who's ready for the next part? I should put in another excuse for Jing to sass me also. Where can I put this? I want to throw in something of this of Jing just being like, I feel like you're unnecessarily putting yourself in, like physical somethings. You know what I mean? How to say it. We'll put it here. I think the joke is gonna be like every time he says this thing, I was like, yeah, don't worry about it. And he's gonna say another thing. He's like, it's fine. And he's gonna say another thing. He's like, can you stop? I think we keep building that out. I think that'll be really funny too. This is of course the important thing. Like, is the script funny? Cause man, that last show was a fucking banger. The bar is high. David will vouch. That man was fucking busting the gut the entire show. Deck. I feel like you... unnecessary... Okay, does anyone have a better word than trauma? I feel like you're putting yourself through unnecessary physical blank for a youngling lesson. If it's not trauma, what's the other? Like physical pain, physical damage, punishment. Trauma might be the right word. Like what's the best word? Hardship? Hardship, yeah. I feel like you're putting your... Is there a... Control Shift E? Nope, that's not what that is. Desktop recording. Oh god, nope. All right, we're just gonna do this regularly. We're just gonna click. The deck says. It's okay. It's okay, Jing. Experience is the best teacher. See now I've just set it up that I can do a Yoda callback. I believe Master Yoda always where failure is the, and then we'll cut him off. And we'll be like, and was is the they're learning. That's the just be happy for no. They're learning. Don't worry. Don't overthink it. That's fine. We'll go with something like this until I realize there's a better way to say that. So let's say to audience. Okay, so then I was gonna say that. But this is only half of today's lesson. Are you ready for the other? For the next part? Children probably get hyped because swords. This is an unnecessary stage direction, but it's funny. So usually, during the shows, just I started ad-libbing it in. It's like, all right, who remembers the other important tool of the Jedi all together? And I just go like this, and everyone goes, lightsabers. So I don't really need to write this out, but so younglings, who remembers? See, what I should have done is I should have written up like the fight bits instead of all this basic shit. The important tool at our disposal. Let's get this out of here. How did I do this? lightsabers. A most important piece of kit for the Jedi. Now this is definitely a part where, like, because I play up the angle of this is a very, as I make awkward hand gestures, I keep making the point of, like, this is a very discreet piece of equipment. It doesn't look dangerous when it's just hanging there. It just looks like anything else. But that's because we're peacekeepers and we're trying to keep things on the down low. And I reckon I could pivot that so that Jing can be like, no, lightsabers are this. And he can give his cop angle of it. Man, just the amount of script that we just... The ad-lib turned into the script at this part. Because this was the bit where I was always playing up the... like, Kieran, would you like to tell us about the Force? Like, Kieran, would you like to tell us about lightsabers? Because Kieran was always interrupting me. At this time, I was just be like, no, I'm fine. I'm just going to keep... Just flourish and look astral and stuff like that. So... If you split one in half, somehow nobody will ever be able to guess what it is. Yeah, man. Hey, that got him through the purge. I think he did all right. Ooh, how did our sales go today? I'm gonna say close enough. Sales are fine. Okay, so... This is the traditional weapon of the Jedi. No, of the Jedi. The Jedi have been for 1,000 years. Probably will be for another 1,000 years. What could happen? I'm just thinking is like what angle can I go? Because I'm definitely gonna be like, this is the most discreet weapon in existence. No one's gonna think of a deadly weapon. It just looks like a flashlight hanging out on your belt. And I want him to be like, no, this is an elegant weapon from a civilized age. The Jedi are an unaffiliated Jizz Court. Yeah.
I heard Jizz Court.
Jizz Quartet.
Okay.
Like, oh yeah, that makes it much better.
I just heard Jizz Court and I'm like, I don't like any of this.
Have we gone over the thing that's what space jazz is called in Star Wars?
No, I don't like that.
George Lucas is like, this isn't jazz. This is called jizz.
Why would he do that?
I don't know. It's like, what are space jazz musicians called then? They're jizz whalers.
This is all terrible.
That's why in a lot of the current stuff there's like, the other term people use in the galaxy is jats. It's jats, it's not jizz, it's jats. And everyone's like, fuck you. No, none of this jizz erasure.
No, stop. Stop it with the jizzy. No jizzy.
That's what he called it. I don't have to make the shit up. Fucking Flannel Man did it himself. And then I just kept saying jizz. Just banned forever. Banned for life. God damn. What was I doing, guys? Okay. So I'm gonna say... I can excuse Kia Imandi lying about his age, but I draw the line at jizz erasure. All right, let's fire it up. Light up the saber. Lighting up saber. But yes. We live, and this again. I'm just gonna crib the previous script. I was like, galaxy full of blasters and thermal explosives. Ours is a short energy blade that comes out of a small metal tube. Not much to look at. Maybe a knight and a keeper of the peace, but keeping things peaceful is always our main priority. And it's a lot easier to do when you're not pointing a DC-15 blaster rifle at everyone you're talking to. Hey, yeah. And then we could just say, and we can have Jing jump in on that. And he can just be like, I feel like you're really underplaying the lethality of this weapon. What's a better word than downplaying? The Saurus downplay. Give me a better lesson. Soften, whitewash, devalue. Minimize. Minimizing, that's the one. Yeah, that's good. Minimizing. I feel like... Oh, where am I? Oh, I didn't have to do that. Jing, come back. I feel like you're really minimizing the strength and effectiveness . The strength and effectiveness? I kind of want to put elegant in there because that's the quote from the movie. Really minimizing the strength and effectiveness. Or this is my opportunity to do a certain point of view gag. Okay, that's the one. Okay. And we'll just be like... So this, instead of me just be like, don't worry about it, this is me like, I got you on this one. And then, so now I'm getting a little more confrontational with him about it. So we'll say, hey, what I'm saying is definitely true from a certain point of view. And then what we can do is, this is the point. I need an excuse for Nick and I to do a fight. So this is actually the perfect thing, because I'll say something that he doesn't really agree with, and I'll just turn that into a, you know what, let's have a go. I'm gonna drink some water first. Ooh, yeah. Don't diminish. Yeah, okay. Let's say... lightsaber is an elegant and dangerous weapon. Don't diminish its there we go. I'm feeling that. Until Nick takes a look at it and finds a better way to say it. I will say Nick is probably the champion of undoing rewrites that I've seen so far. Like there's a few lines in the scripts that I change because I'm just not, like I'm not feeling it. One, for example, was in the last fight I had with Seb, with Darth Malaz, and he's just like, as you see younglings, like the superior one stands before you. There's a better word than effectiveness. Yeah. Don't diminish his strength and let's ask the word dinosaur. The thesaurus effectiveness. Efficacy. Efficacy would be a cool word, but that might be too much for children. Potency. Benefit. Power. Successfulness. Constructive ineffective. You know what? Let's take out strength. And we'll just use effectiveness. Again, this is first draft, so if we change it later, we are allowed to change this later. But yeah, this was a bit in the one script. Yeah, so I get held up by at sword point and Sebs is like, so you see, younglings, the superior one stands before you. And my original line for that was, yeah, superior talking too much maybe, and then I get back into the fight. And as time went on, I switched that. Guys, I was like, it was just so on the nose as like a cheap zinger. Well, not even a zinger, just a cheap retaliation. So I just kind of switched it to, like, yeah, keep talking or something like this. Just yeah. And it was Nick specifically who's just like, I really love that line. I was like, shit, dude. He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, I better put it back in then. So we'll say, Jing rolls his eyes and scoffs. So then deck goes actually, hold on. I'm dying. And creeps onto Dex face. Not a smile, a smirk. It's gotta be a smirk. But you do make a good point. are very at what they do. Oh dear. I'm dying. Fuck me. I don't even think I'm choking on water. I think it's just suddenly my throat's just like, nope, you're dry. You're dry. Time to die. Oh, I was on the wrong part. Fuck me. Listeners are very good at what they do, and there are so many ways to do it. Actually, I'm going to take his name out of there so I can say it here. Actually, Jing. I probably don't need to capitalize their names when it's in the text. I never did that with the other ones. I'm gonna fix that. I don't like it. I don't like it. Jing Yuan. Oof. Okay, I won't lie. I kind of dig this remix of this song. Like, it's kind of a cursed song to begin with, but you know, this is it's got a groove, and I'm digging it. Okay, Jing, experience is the best teacher. Ignore that shit. What's wrong with you? Okay. Actually... Hey. On that note... Let's put a beat. Let's put a beat in there. Beat. Yeah. What did I do? Capitalize that. Jay, what is your preferred cap? Hey, why you want headers? We don't need headers there. Get rid of them. I'm lost. I'm lost. I'm lost. There it is. Actually, Jing, what is your preferred lightsaber form? So we were thinking for this bit, we would have so far my guy his preferred form has been like Gemso form. It's like form 5 lightsaber combat, which is like the Anakin form, which is, you know, like big swings, lots of momentum, and heavy hits. And Nick also kind of likes rolling with like the big dramatic hits. So I'm just like, what if we just made this like just the most massive swinging fight possible? And I think we could come up with something pretty fun with that. And I know he was saying that he had a good idea for the finish, because as it turns out, this man has already put together like a signature move for him, whereas it's like the blade comes in on the side and he bats that out of the way and then immediately thump, catches high on the left side. So I think what we'll do is the fight. What was I thinking with the fight? Basically, I just get in that situation where it's like I turn around and I realize there's a sword in my face, and then like essentially I'm dead. So he wins the fight, and when I acknowledge, okay, good match, good match. Because that's just gonna be the entire show, is just me getting bodied. Like when we actually get to the bit with the Sith shows up, I'm just gonna be like, you know what, we fought each other once, and yeah, you beat me up pretty bad, but you know what, there's two of us this time, so there's no way that you're gonna beat us and take away these younglings. At which point, Nick is gonna run off and say, wait, the younglings, right? And he's gonna change his stance to be like, I have to protect the younglings, and he leaves me to do the fight one-on-one. To which point I just have to be like, yeah, that's the right call. I was like, okay, I got this. And I just figure how the fight will go is I'll hold my ground for a while. So just stand and bang with Neville for a good while, and then eventually I start losing it. I start losing my ground, and I just start taking shots and keep falling down, getting back up. And I'll argue that during that fight I've tired him out in the process of just getting my ass kicked, so that when I tag Nick in, as I'll just like, hey, new plan. I'll watch the younglings, and he can like, okay, and he can come in the fresh out the gate and just batter Neville down. And I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. But yeah, I just every show we ever do, I'm sure it's just gonna be me just getting my ass kicked, and I'm okay with that because that shit's fun. Paul! Overslept today, 12 p.m. alarm went off, turned it off, and rolled back over because I knew I had another alarm set for 12:30. 12:30 alarm goes off, I wake up and turn it back off, roll onto my back, look up at the ceiling and blink. It was 2 p.m. Oh no! God, what day is it today? It's Tuesday now. Do you have anything you need to do on Tuesdays normally, Paul? So we'll just say something along the lines of like, I have mostly... I'll get it, nothing on, but still. Yeah, okay. Alright. I have mostly trained in Form 5 lightsaber combat. I have trained mostly. And then I can be like, no way, I like Form 5 too. GG, Gemso. Look at that. Oh wow. We do have something in common. Body has decided enough sleep was enough sleep. Yeah, no. I find that's actually what happens with me a lot. Is like part of it is that I don't know. I'm having weird allergic things in bed. So like even like when I go to bed, I take a super cold ass shower right before bed just to kind of numb my skin a bit, so I can just lie down and sleep. Because otherwise, once I start warming up, I get really squirmy and uncomfortable, and I don't know what's going on. I'm not happy about that. But yeah, just in general, just the past like couple weeks, it's just like I can't sleep in. Just eventually, when I finally get to sleep, and as the body weight gets up, I'm just like, you know what? All right, I'm just gonna get up now. I can't keep lying around. That said, I'm taking tomorrow off. I have tomorrow off work, so yay. I should probably make a nice breakfast. That would not work for me. I'd be wired as fuck for at least an hour. Yeah, I know they actually say like a cold shower is really bad for you before bed because it wakes you up. But it's just like previous times when I was having like weird itches, I would just grab like an ice pack from the freezer and I just like freeze whatever is itching. So I just like do a spot check, but just the full body shower, I can do that faster, and it hits everything. So I mean, I also just had a cup of coffee tonight, so I mean, like, we'll see what happens. I could. Oh, chroma's on. I was like, why does this cup look funny? Right. Green screen shit. Actually, what's gonna hold on? I didn't want to grab it earlier, but I'm curious. How much does the lightsaber look? I swear my DNA is descended from our ancient cousins, the one that evolved to stay up all night to protect the tribe at night. Yeah. We don't live in that type of world. I know, right? How, let's see. Does this just go gray if I turn it on? Just bam. Oh, yeah. Just the power of chroma. That's funny. Let's turn off chroma for a second. How do I turn off chroma? Filter. Chroma key. Off. Close. Is the cup green now? The cup is now green. Back. Oh, yeah. So this is the first time I've intentionally gotten sabers with like the rechargeable lithium batteries. Partially because Ultra Sabers apparently now only does that. They don't have the option for the AAA battery pack anymore. So I'll save money on batteries, but I was really nervous that they wouldn't like be powerful enough. But that's looking pretty good. Because I got another saber recently. It's a blue one. And I keep feeling like it is not bright enough. But also it's because all of our practices are in the park, so this is like, maybe that's why. Okay. Now it looks fine. Maybe it's in my head. I don't know. Yeah. She looked pretty good. First looks at Rachel Brosnan and Lois Lane are coming. Oh yeah? Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, so I guess I'll live that God, what the hell is that battery number? The like the 18350 battery. Rachel Brosnan. Show me. Plane. Superman crash scene photos. They put her in purple. I love it. Show me a better picture. Oh, it looks like they're putting her in a lot of purple. That's fun. Even more set photos from earlier in the day. Oh. I didn't know Mr. Terrific was going to be in the movie too. Interested. Very saturated palette, yeah. Definitely it's more suit and less like spandex physique, which I think is gonna throw a lot of people off, but I mean, I'll wait to see more of it. I think it's fine. Honest opinion on the Acolyte. Honest opinion, I don't judge you if you don't judge me. If you want to play this game, man, short versions, I'm fine with it right now. I'm not nearly as upset about it as some people are. Some of the, I think a lot of complaints about it are very short. They're very short-sighted. Like, I know everyone's all upset. It's like, oh, if Ki-Adi-Mundi knows that these acolytes are around, then he's seen Sith. So how can he be like, oh, there hasn't been a Sith in 1,000 years? It's like, we don't know they're Sith. Ain't no one calling them Sith. But overall, like, I've said in a few previous streams, especially while playing Old Republic, I'm enjoying the fact that the show is half martial arts show and half police procedural. So you literally have like the squad be like, how are we gonna approach this thing? And then when it's go time, you got we got Yord the cop who just wants to kick the door in and just be like, you know, like, Jedi, hands up in the air, you know. So we're in the middle of a, like, that's the other thing, is like, it's a murder mystery. Like, we're in the middle of a murder mystery, so I'm not gonna to be too harsh until I see the end of the mystery, right? So that's fine. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like nothing is deal breaker for me yet. I'm just happy. There's a million ways you can explain that line discrepancy too. Yeah. This is like just the other thing worth knowing is that Star Wars fans have hated Star Wars since 1980. So it's just like, if you want to live your life that way, I won't stop you. But it's just like, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it, you know. So that's my feelings on it currently. Like, I think like there's neat stuff that they're doing with it, and I'm far more interested to see what kind of things they come up with more than being sad that things are different, because I would rather things be different. The agendas. I'm not bothered by that. Because again, it's like, that's highest of ever, so like 1,000 years ago, one straggling edgy helmet popping up and getting ganked within the window doesn't change your person. Yeah, absolutely. No, if we're worried about people trying to push identity politics and all that, it's like, I'm backseat just, it's really not. Like we're literally talking about like one word thing, and people are freaking out about it. Is this like, it's like half a line of one person like is it with us? Is he with us? Are they with us? 1 second line. It doesn't affect anything. For some people to hear it though, they'll be really happy to hear it. It shouldn't affect anyone else. But for the people that it does affect, like, man, whoever's keeping their records or otherwise concealing their nature, it's like, yeah, there's so many things that could be happening. Alright, people are upset with I can't think of her name right now. Carrie Ann Moss is like, oh, you get us all to want to watch because she's in it, and you kill her off immediately. And I was like, y'all, there's gonna be flashbacks. Relax. We already know that there's gonna be short-haired Master Soul. That's gonna happen. Yeah. No. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about agenda stuff. Otherwise, you could make the argument that anytime anyone's ever been in a relationship situation, you could argue that is someone pushing a heterosexual agenda. In which case, there's so many better ways to be watching your TV than looking for things to be upset about. You know? Anyways, I was writing a script. But also it's like 11 o'clock, so. Yeah. In any case, like I said, like everything we are halfway through a series. No sense getting twisted up about what could happen until we actually see what does happen. At which point, if you're still upset about it, I mean, it's like, that's fine. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying my life right now. And the costume, we're gonna have new costumes. Like, oh, the amount of Saber Guild shit we can do with like High Republic costumes. Oh, it's gonna be fun. Where was I going with this? Not the format I've chosen. The first High Republic air mode to take. Yeah. Yeah. Manny Jacinto is getting paid, and I was for that. Yeah, my nephew really thinks that I look like Manny Jacinto, and that makes me laugh. He's just like, he's like, are you May supplier? He texted me. That's what he said. That's how the way Disney's handling. The way Disney's not handling the criticism. But this is the thing, though. And again, when you argue about that, you know, Disney and Kathleen Kennedy, they're all ruining everything. Keep in mind that everything that this director is doing is more or less vetted by our boy Dave Filoni. And Dave Filoni got all of his knowledge directly from the source, George Lucas. Whenever you have a problem, you throw a Molotov and right away you have a different problem. Is that a line from Magic Into in that other show? And I think that's the short version. Like, and again, people forget. Like 1980, like reviews for Empire Strikes Back were ruthless. People thrashed it. Good place, okay. Yeah, like people thrashed Empire Strikes Back. Like, there's never been a period of time where a new Star Wars thing has come out and people were just like, "Oh, this is great." Someone has always been pissed off about it. And as people who grew up with the prequel era, witnessed the introduction of the prequel era, I think we can all agree. We've watched people just be like, "This is the death of Star Wars." And 20 years later, you have all these people growing up. It's like, man, that shit was the best ever. So it's like, what? Oh, someone described it really well. Was that it's not that we outgrew Star Wars. It's just that we grew up, period. And looking back at something that is made for, you know, just someone with just wide eyes and just willingness to go on adventure, while we're at an age where we can't do that anymore. It makes us sad. It reminds us that we don't get to have that freedom anymore. Yeah. Oh, that part. But I mean, keep in mind, this is the era where we've literally had fans like getting on actors so hard that they leave social media. Like Daisy Ridley, like, used to regularly film, like, this is me working out. Like, she would just film, like, post workout videos of just her just lifting weights and just being a boss. And just after all the people came out to go hard, she was like, "Fuck it, this isn't worth my trouble." And you know, like, you look at Ahmed Best, like, he ate so much shit during that time. He damn near jumped off a bridge. So I was like, you know what? If you guys wanna just tell people, hey, you have some weird feelings, fuck off. It's like, and I think this is the other thing. This is the other thing, and this ties in. I think I'm probably done script writing for the night. Yeah. And this is the other part of that, is that where was I going with this? When people talk about you know, like the bad fans in the fan base, significant contingent of Star Wars fandom has dedicated themselves to being a problem. Yeah. And I think this is the part that I find, and this is going to be true for almost every instance, is when people get uppity, like when, you know, certain groups of fans get uppity about a thing, like, for example, in this case, Star Wars, and they want to say this is the worst thing ever, and Disney has ruined everything, and our lives are ruined because of it, and all that, and everyone involved needs to go die, and they say all these crazy things. When people criticize those groups, these groups of unreasonable people, that's the next part where you go, when these people criticize those groups, do you yourself feel criticized by that? Right? Because that's the thing. If you're like, I'm not the crazy fan, I'm not one of those guys, then you shouldn't be upset when people are like, there's a small group of people who really have problems with these things, and they're very harmful to our daily lives. So if you're kind of getting affected by that, that's the next question. The next question then is, why do I feel defensive on behalf of this group of people that I would really don't want to be affiliated with? Right? And that's why I just like, it's like fucking whether it's Star Wars fans, whether it's man or bear in the woods, whether it's all of the above. It's one thing to understand where it comes from. It's another thing to be like, are they talking about me? And the short version is probably they're not talking about you unless you feel like they are. In which case, then that's again where you ask your question: why do I feel that way? Anyways, that was fun. So we've been doing this for about 3 hours. I put words down on paper. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'll think of a cute name for the show in a bit at some point. But that will not be today. But yeah, just it's where we are in the world right this minute is kind of wild for that kind of stuff. And having chats are good. Different opinions are awesome to have as long as we remain. So yeah, of course. And of course that's gonna be the part is if you want to kind of get into the nitty gritty for these kinds of things is there's a saying, it's dudes going, not all men at women claiming they don't feel safe around men. It's like, if you don't feel like it applies to you, you should focus less on being defensive, more on supporting people they know. Yeah, 100%. No, I've been dealing with a lot of that kind of the discussion fairly recently as well. Just like people having issues with other people and stuff, and just like, I was like, I don't think this person is as bad as they think they are. I was like, okay, but you understand, like, you're coming from a very different position compared to who you are. It's like, yeah, I know. But yeah, there's a saying where it's like, you cannot be reasonable with unreasonable people. Craze Russian. Ha! Prototype 202 from server can't change name. Oh yeah. You came in during Empire Total War. That's right. I saw you in the Discord. I was like, who is this person? Where did they come from? Yo, hello. From can't change name. Are you trying to like change your Twitch name? I think there's ways to do it because I definitely know friends who've changed their names. There's probably a way to do it. Yeah. And again, that's like when we talk about as long as we remain civil, like that depends on your definition of civil. Because for some people, it's like as long as no one's raising their voice, that's civil. For other people, it's like, well, if you're straight up saying that the way I live is a problem, then there's no amount of whatever you can say. It's like, oh, we spoke really hard colonial stuff. That came out. I'm gonna give you benefit of doubt that you don't mean the way it sounds when you read that out loud.
Oh boy.
I'm sure we're talking like 17th century America, like colonial period America and stuff like that. That makes sense. Oh, that's funny. That's a fun period of time. Very fun period of time. French and Indian War, amazing period of time. I remember telling people, it was like, Empire Total War, get your honest opinion on act like, because I know we differ on certain agenda that are being presented in the show. Most people are similar opinions to me, want a different point of view. Yeah, oh, absolutely. And, no, you're going to get a very different one. It's like, not only is it, like, different community, we're talking, like, just different demographic, different social circles, different this. We're always gonna have a different look at it. But yeah, I mean I think I think this is the thing where people talk about they didn't have to be like that in the olden days. It was a lot more subtle and all this. The short version of that, and I think because people were brought it up in some Star Trek posts I saw. There's two ways to look at it. One is like there were some episodes of Star Trek, like we're talking like 1960s Star Trek, that were really like just hit you over the head with it. It's like literally like we are half black and half white, but they are half white and half black, and like that's pretty on the nose. But then you have the other ones where it's just like Lieutenant Uhura jumps onto the comm and covers for the helm because the helmsman had to run off and handle the weapons operations, and just like she is a professional at a job. She's a black woman and she just sat down at a console and just went to work. And that stuff is powerful. You don't have to make a big deal out of pointing at it. I mean, the show kind of does because like they linger on her and Sulu literally turns around and like looks at her for like a hot second before he looks away. But the short version is for those things. People miss it. when you have a message and you're subtle about it, there's going to be a percentage of people that don't get it. Like season 4 of The Boys is an amazing example of that. It's like you want to be subtle for a long time. Like you try not to be really explicit about the message you're trying to make. And you'll have 4 years of people just being like, yeah, Homelander's my boy. It's like, oh boy, you guys are getting in for a bad time. Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean that's my general take on that stuff. Is every piece of this media, like everyone's always kind of, you don't have to be subtle. There's alt-rights who love Persona 5 for some reason. I just really love this game, you know. Like I know they told me to like literally burn down all society and all these people of power, because they're deep down they're all like, you know, being problems. It's like, I don't agree with that, but man, is Haru hot? All right, I think I think that's gonna be enough on that. I know we're going into ads soon, so I'll try not to say anything too profound for a hot minute while that goes on. My God, ad, just go. Fine, I'll push the button myself. I'll turn on the ad myself. There we go. Okay, well that's enough. That is enough of that for now. So I have 45 seconds to come up with a real poignant point to end the stream. Yeah. All right, I think I got something. Let's switch to the big camera. Oh, so big. Goddamn. It's too big. I don't like it. I'll take a big step back. Nope, it's just floating head. I don't like that either. Alright, I'm gonna take a step back. Well, as for No Yoda, I mean, you could have the same arguments like, oh man, it's like a vast galaxy of like 10,000 Jedi, and somehow we keep running into the same guys no matter what year we're in. And sure, versions, maybe Yoda will show up later. Like, again, we're only halfway through the show. It doesn't upset me when Yoda doesn't show, when you have someone killing Masters when I involve your greatest duelist. what if he's over there doing also a very important job and everything's happening over there? Same thing. It's like, it doesn't matter how good you are. It's like, if you are in the middle of a job, you can't drop everything just because something else is going on, right? Also, you know, if you have faith in the people you've trained, they should be able to handle this no problem. Like, clearly, Saul can handle his own. He can handle this fight. Trinity could have handled the fight until shit got crazy. Anyways, we'll see what happens with this lightsaber fight tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be fun. Anyway, so this is gonna be the truth, I guess, that I've come down to. Jedi drop jobs all the time. They're the best. I mean, unless we're talking about like Anakin going all the way from Mandalore to Coruscant because the Chancellor's been captured. That's Sheev shit. That's just Sheev shit. Anyways, the point I wanted to make is when we were talking about, like, you know, the difference of opinion and the feelings about quote unquote agendas. Here's the thing, is that sometimes for some of these things, for people, like, if you're not like in regular contact with people from different places or different lifestyles, different upbringings, older non-white Disney characters like Nani and Jasmine being like, Disney was so much better at diversity when they weren't trying to force it, and just immediately thought, like, yeah, but you complain about literally every non-white character now, so is the problem that they're all forced, or is the problem that this stuff you're nostalgic for before you started problem, see this as a problem? What is this? Which thing? Just like what we're talking about? So this is what I found in my time, is, of course, I'm very... This is all everyone's coming in as I'm trying to wrap up the stream. That cracks me up. Where are you guys earlier? Not important. Anyways, hello everyone who's now watching, who I suspect is watching. So, when you are not part of these, like, if you don't know people from these, you know, different, you know, minority groups, marginalized groups, or whatever, it's very easy to just be like, well, there's these people that are just like, hey, I want more things. Fighting the British, what do you mean? Oh, I was talking about, like, this colonialism in general, as opposed to specifically colonial America. And then fighting the British. That's what I meant on that. I just had a good laugh about it. But yeah, so when you don't know people, like, it's easy to just see as, like, you know, this is an abstract construct. You know, this idea of like gender diversities or ethnicities. You know, it's like in the Last Samurai, the dude's just like, oh, I have such a fascination with your red Indians. You know, it's like, how do you, what's, you know, like scalping, what a crazy thing. Like, what's that like? You know, and just it's just such a, it's not real in a way to you. So then one day you suddenly find out, like, oh, like, my one of my closest friends in high school, he's bisexual, and that was just him on his way to realizing that he was a gay man. You know, it's like he had it in him. He just didn't really. It didn't come out until many years later. Same thing. Like, I grew up Chinese. I didn't have a lot of choice in that. That's just who I was, and I spent a lot of years as a child being referred to as the Chinese kids. And of course, I didn't have a lot of Chinese friends, like, except for, like, my mom's, like, family friends. So I didn't connect with that side of my life so much. So I was like, why do I want to be involved with all this Chinese stuff? I don't. Like, none of my friends are this. I can barely speak the language myself. I don't like being different from everyone else. And I grow up and, like, I go to school, and now I have, I'd say a very good percentage of my friends are either, like, just Chinese or East Asian now. It just kind of worked out that way. And now now, like, I work with a whole bunch of like, Indians, South Asians in where I work. And same thing. Now it's like, we talk about food, we talk about language, we talk about the dumb young people who come over here and spout the nonsense. And you realize, like, everyone's just got their own way of doing it. They just do it differently, and just they saw it from a different way. Same thing is, like, you grow up in North America. Like, I grew up Catholic. And I was never really hard into it, but I acknowledged that, like, okay, this is a thing I do. I didn't, at that age, you don't know about the sex scandals and all that stuff. That comes later. But what you do know is, man, there's all these crazy, like, hella, like, churches going on, like, and, like, especially, like, in the States, particularly, like, as a few of you are from the States, I'm sure you are aware that, like, Protestant evangelical Christianity is wild. Like, just super fundamentalist, super, like, like, it's so easy for a lot of us who aren't particularly religious to just be like, man, you guys are really pushing something that is just like, you're going to hell because you don't live the way I do. And you're just like, how does this faith, like, inspire people to do things? And then one day you travel off to Europe as a young graduate of all your school stuff, and you see all these places that you've only heard about, that you've never seen yourself, and you're, like, literally, like, touching, like, the tombs of, like, Geoffrey Chaucer and William Shakespeare and Horatio Nelson and stuff like that. Speaking of scalping, when I was at Fort McClary, they had a trader where you could buy old items from. Bought Highlander cap because we were 42nd Highlanders. Yeah, makes sense. That's one of the 42nd lads if I had the hat on properly. And he said, "You think the Indians care when they scalp you?" Damn. I'm tangenting. I had a similar quick talk with the fella. I was at Juno Beach on June 6th, 2007. This is actually, this ties in very well because this was during my Europe trip. And I just remember it was really windy during the ceremony at Juno Beach, and a bunch of Canadian veterans were there and all this. I remember at some point the wind was just blowing the chairs over. Yeah, it was windy. And I remember it happened, and we all kind of looked up at each other, and I just eye to eye with this older veteran gentleman. And I looked at him and was like, so how would you say the wind compares today to 60, 70 blank years ago? And the gentleman just looks at me, he's like, well, to be perfectly honest, I wasn't thinking about the wind at the time. So he was a British engineer who landed with the Canadians and stuff like that. So similar sentiment. But yeah, so you get to Europe, and you go to these places, and you actually touch them, and you actually see, like, St. Paul's Cathedral. You actually see the Notre Dame. And you see, like, the paintings and the artwork and the sculptures. And that's when you have that moment where you realize, like, these are people who were, like, really inspired by their faith to make great things, to do great things. And you're like, that's what it looks like. And suddenly you're just like, okay, you know what? There are a lot worse things in life than being Christian. I can think so many worse things. At a certain point, staying in my church was the worst thing I could have done for my faith. Oof. And that too, and again, is this if the faith isn't inspiring you to be a better person and to go out and do make great things, and I think that would be the worst. I feel like that would be the most disappointing way to live that kind of life, where just like you just spend the rest of your life just miserable and just like hating on people because they're not up to your standard, a standard to which a lot of people are failing to reach themselves anyways, and all of the above. So then you grow up and same things, like you start meeting, you go into these circles where it's a lot of young people maybe same interests as you, like maybe they're anime nerds, maybe they're cosplay nerds or Star Wars nerds, and suddenly you're realizing, like there's a lot of I'm now know a lot of gender fluid people. I know a lot of non-binary people now. I know a lot of trans people now, and it's just like it's not like they came out of nowhere. It's like they've always been there. It's just now you're actually talking to them and you're realizing, hey, just normal ass people just want to live their lives. So when you see that on the screen, that's less of people just being like, oh, I want to push this exposure to these people because that's the cool hotness thing to be doing right now. It's like, no, it's just that these people exist, and if you really want to talk about it, it's like one trans character in the entire galaxy of Star Wars is out of billions of people is statistically you're still underrepresenting if you want to talk about it that way. And the only reason it feels like otherwise is because you just don't see that many of those kinds of people in your regular every day. And this world's getting a lot smaller, and you're gonna be seeing more and more as you go. And when that time comes, it's like, do you want to be the person that welcomes them in and loves your neighbor, or do you want to be the person that was just like, your existence is foul, even though God made you that way, right? I think that's a pretty sick place to stop. So we'll leave it at that. I'm a 40-year-old Chinese Canadian who's I haven't done anything with my life, but I think thoughts are right things sometimes. I'm engaged to a wonderful person who also identifies as non-binary. Changes nothing. I'm still gonna marry this person when I have money, but that's not today. More importantly, thank you everyone for coming by. I guess I streamed for an extra half hour than I expected, but you know what? We had a good time, and I hope you all had a good time listening. Christian, like that aren't true Christians. Yeah, as you pointed out. Yep. 100%, absolutely, and I think that's what I'm getting at. It's like when I talk, I mean, it helps that I specifically pointed my finger at American evangelicals. You go, okay, that one wasn't me. but you see what I mean, right? Is this like, you shouldn't have to feel upset when you point at the problem members of particular groups, because that's not us. You hope it's not us. They on some shit over here, y'all. Mega churches, what the hell? Anyways, let's leave it at that. I feel like that feels like a good point to end on. So like I said, just like all things, just be good to each other. Whether you want to do it because a man who hung out with hookers and beggars was just like, hey, maybe we should care about each other, or because you just feel like that's just the right thing to do with no better reason than it's good to do that. I'll say, be good people out there. Do good work out there. Be the best version of yourself out there, and uplift everyone around you. This is starting to get hokey. I gotta stop. Anyways, thanks for coming by. Normally I would be playing video games. Today I chose to write scripts because I'm so far behind on that, and I still need to finish that shit. But thank you for hanging out and talking Star Wars with me for a while. I had a lot of fun with that. Acolyte comes out tomorrow. I'm sure we'll have more to talk about in a bit. In the meantime, if you are new to the channel, of course, we're the Daring Player Squad. I'm just one of 5 assholes who run this channel. We usually play video games, but we're all real busy these days, getting on top of work, or going on trips to the other side of the country, or recovering from devastating injuries, all of the above. But, what do we have for the rest of the week? If you're lucky, maybe you'll get Thursday morning, Colston playing... what the fuck is Colston playing these days? I don't even know what Colston's playing right now. I forget. Oh, he's playing Paper Mario. He's playing one of the new Paper Mario. Friday night, you're going to get Joyce. Joyce is playing Persona 3. We love Persona 3. We love Persona at this channel. And the rest of the week, who knows? We'll get there when we get there. But other than that, yeah, we'll leave it at that. I'll see if there's any games that I want to play before in the next couple months. I am behind on a few things. I haven't played Spider-Man yet. I should start... I might plan for Star Wars Outlaws, maybe. fucking Space Marine 2 comes out in September. I don't know, maybe we'll just wait out to that. But we'll get there when we get there. In the meantime, let's end on a good note. So I'll just cut the feed. Cut the feed. Thank you for coming out. My name is James. We're the Daring Player Squad. And like I said, just you could check the suggestion box. Yeah, I'll do that too. Yes, as I said. James, Daring Player Squad. Be good people. Good night.
Arm held on. You got it, buddy.
Oh, here we go. Click, click. Oh, shit.
All right, run. We've lost another one. No!
I'm trying.
I got you! Oh my god! Adventure's over! Adventure's over! Adventure's over!
Get your ass. Everyone sit the fuck down.
Come on.
Mother. Four.
Oh, hello. I haven't stuck my finger in this yet. Your choice. It's your choice. Oh, fuck me.
Help me!
Grin and bear it.
Shut up, Teddy.
Use code my big fat Ouija to get 3 years for 10%.